to another edition of Lichess Plays, Holiday Edition. All right, it's December 26th. We're getting towards the end of the year. Greetings, everyone in the chat. Hello, No Joke Chess. As a reminder, we are on both Twitch and YouTube, so you can watch on whichever platform you prefer. And there will be a VOD, so if you happen to miss any of the coverage, no problem. Shout out to the people who actually watch the entirety of these streams. I know there's a lot of potential events competing for your viewership these days. We got the World Rapid Championship going on right now. Once that's done, the World Blitz Championship will start back up. I know I was quickly checking the standings in the games before I went live today. So, yeah, good to see everyone in the chat. Hello, Coolster. What's up, Doc Fro? Yes, you can do !challenge. That'll get the command up to send me a challenge on Lichess, or you can just search me out manually if you want. If you find my username, Fins, you can click on it, send me a challenge. Probably the easiest way to do it is from the Lichess homepage. You can do play with a friend. Okay, I'm smelling some possible tactics against f7 here. Ooh, do I take this way or do I take with the knight? I think we got to go pawn takes, right? We got to shift this knight from the f6 square. You know, interestingly, if this bishop were not on d7, let's say the bishop were back on c8, black may be able to play knight takes e5 and then queen d4. It's a little trick you should remember. Here, though, again, I'm really looking at this. Also e6, taking knight g5 double check. Certainly quite tempting, though. Don't know if it's quite working out. So my backup move is e6. I like the look of that as well. There could be some logistical issues there too. So this looks super shaky for Petson, but I have to find the refutation. No one's going to do it but me. Maybe I go take, and then e6. Also an interesting idea. I'm thinking that might be even stronger. All right, well, I got to play bishop takes f7. You guys aren't going to let me off the hook unless I play this move. AK Buckby or E2G, greetings, what's up? Yeah, I mean, knight g5 looks so obvious here, but after king g8, let's say, what do I really have? I mean, I could play e6 there, but I don't like bishop d4 type stuff, so I'm going to play e6. This looks like fun. Thank you, Doth Crane. Hello, Raja. And on YouTube, what's up, Armin? I see you in the YouTube chat. Also, happy holidays to Chris Gordon as well. Cheers. Armin asks, if I send a challenge, do I just hang out on that screen with the horse until it's accepted or declined? Good question. No, you do not have to watch the revolving horse. You can click away to something else. You can watch me. You can watch other games. You can even go to, where is it? Watch and then broadcast and click on the World Rapid games. Ooh, this is a bold move, by the way. I had planned this move, and if king here, there's check here. So, great question. No, you do not have to watch the spinning horse. Your challenge will be treated as normal, and if it's accepted by the random algorithm here, then we'll get a game. Yeah, so this was a line I did see. Black trying to run, but they're going to lose the queen. Yeah, I hope we get a game in, Doth Crane. I have over 50 challenges right now, but we'll start hammering them out, right? All right, I'm going to play queen e2, baiting knight d4. Looks like a good attack on the queen, but it's going to run into bishop takes e5. Reclusive Writer, thank you for subbing to the Lichess Twitch channel. 12 months. That is quite the streak. Thank you very much, Reclusive Writer. Thank you, AC Hint, as well. King c8. It looks like black has castle queenside. No one is the wiser, right? All right, let's send this knight into the center. Maybe this. I guess I am opening up for this move. Not sure how great that is for me, actually, but we'll find out. Yeah, time indeed. 21 seconds. Yeah, this is good. I got to sack this here. Otherwise, I think it's maybe a draw. I must focus. Okay, well, we're still in a pin here. This is a pretty nasty pin, all things considered. Let's try to capitalize on it. These minor pieces are strong. I got to hide my king. He's looking for discoveries. Tough game to start. I thought I was easily winning, but in fact, my opponent put up a lot of defense here towards the end. And I just barely win the game. 5 seconds on my clock. Thanks for the game, Pets on. So I think, yeah, bishop d7, probably your biggest questionable move in the opening. Got to get castled here. So often when white arranges the pawns on e4, f4, they're looking to punch through with e5. And as I said, so let's say you had castled here, and now we're to go e5, and we get this trade. Still looks kind of scary for black with the attack here, but there's a little trick. So knight takes e5. You guys can remember this if you play the Sicilian. And then queen d4 check. We'll pick the knight back up, and black has effectively won a pawn. But yeah, it looks like the engine doesn't like my bishop takes f7. It prefers knight g5 more, which now that I look at it, I don't think I realized this was a triple attack. I think I only believed it was a double attack or something. I thought knight takes e5 would cover, but in fact, I have one extra attacker there, so this still looks pretty good, even if I do something like that. So thank you for the game. Oh, and look at that. You were better later. After I played this pretty terrible move, knight d5. The engine really hates that. It says in a couple more moves you're better after you win my knight. Because you had what? You had 3 minor pieces for the queen, so I could believe that. Wild game. So thanks for the game. Fat Kitty's up. All right, let's play e4 again. Thank you, Black House, by the way. Appreciate you tuning in from Queens. I assume that's Queens in New York. I've been there a couple times. All right, open Sicilian this time. I played a Grand Prix or closed Sicilian last time. We're going to switch it up here. Let's play bishop g5. This is my old hobby horse. I used to love playing this line when I was a kid. Knight c7 is kind of unusual, like mixing a classical Sicilian with a Najdorf. Let's take here. And probably queen d2 after that, assuming black takes with the g-pawn. You know, this structure is not terrible for black inherently, but there are some weaknesses. Ooh, an e5. Okay, what do we think about this? In my experience, if you play this too soon or in an incorrect circumstance in the Sicilian as black, you really suffer from the weakness on d5. So I'm going to try to demonstrate that that may be the case. I guess let's go here. f5 on the previous move would have been interesting for black, by the way. Red as I castle, f5, trying to sneak in bishop g5. I probably would have just played king b1, but... Oh, thanks again, Black House. Cheers. XX Narcissus asks, what are your thoughts on 6b4 in the Italian? 6b4 in the Italian. So is that with c3 involved? I'm trying to visualize what position you're talking about. Kind of seems like the Dubov variation, the line he popularized. Yeah, you really got to watch d5 and f5 in these positions. King d7 is creative, so probably looking for rook h8. It does walk into this move, potentially. Don't know if I really want to play that, though. Go take here. I may just want to back my queen out. This, again, maybe... No, I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to try to set a little trap. Again, f5 looks pretty tempting here. Trying to set this up. But then I'm going to go check. Then take here, which will guard g5. And maybe I can win a pawn on e6 in the end, is my thinking. Yeah. Okay, so you were talking about that line, Narcissus. I'm not an expert in it. It looks very interesting to me. It looks like something where computer-backed preparation could be, you know, of definite note, let's say. So I would play it in a blitz game if I knew a little bit more about it, for sure. So I think a lot of Dubov's ideas are hitting the limelight, so to speak, in the chess world because of him seconding Magnus. And yeah, I'd love to sit down and take a few hours to analyze stuff that he's been proposing and playing. In general, I will say, I really like the lines in the Italian where white is playing c3 followed by d4. I think for most people, most players, that's the way to go, as opposed to, the more conservative, we're just going to step out of this, the more conservative and professional c3, d3 setups. While those are also incredibly strong for white, if you really understand the nuances of them, that is, and the better long-term choice, I think for most people, getting a feel for the c3, d4 systems is a better idea, let's say, in the short term. Get exposed to that open attacking play. Tafaska asks, c3, d4 with e5 or not e5? Well, I would say just trying to establish the two pawns in the center. So d4 and c4, and maybe pushing e5 if allowed, but not immediately e5. No. So like c3, knight f6, d4, e takes d4, c takes d4, hitting the bishop on c5. I think good to get some exposure to that. Okay, so I'm still up a pawn here. Trying to figure out how best to play coming up. Maybe this move? I don't know if I want to bait knight d4. I was thinking here. You know what? Let's try that, actually. That looks interesting. This looks like such a natural move, but it's going to run into this. I also have this idea in mind, maybe. c3 would have been the normal move there, but I didn't see a whole lot with c3, so let's try this instead. Yeah, sure thing, Narcissus. My pleasure. Let's give this check. f5 take. If this falls, I'm not concerned because I'm going to do that. And now probably just here. This is defended. That kitty's playing pretty well. They're down a pawn. It's been a struggle for a while, but okay. And I said that and they lost a piece. But time pressure always gets the best of us, right? All right. Thank you, Fat Kitty, for the game. I do appreciate it. Yeah, the Najdorf variation. High-powered opening. I would say for a lot of players at your rating level, probably not the best opening choice. Just because you're treading into theoretical waters that are probably over your head right now. Just the nuances of them. But then again, if you're playing opponents around your rating, like they're probably going to be punching above their weight as well, or trying to. So not like it's a mistake or anything to play this, but I would maybe try to understand if you are going to play it, like where the pieces should go in general in this opening. So in the Najdorf, usually the knight will go to d7 instead of c6, whereas in the classical Sicilian, which is black playing knight c6 right here, that is the destination for it. But yeah, in the Najdorf, the typical way to play this line would be e6, bishop e7, queen c7, knight bd7, b5, bishop b7. Let me flip this around. This is the setup that you tend to aim for in the Najdorf and a lot of Sicilians as well. Scheveningen, Kann, number of different setups. This is a pretty robust arrangement for black. So thanks for the game. Hey, Kimya, good luck to you. I get white once again, third game in a row. Let's switch it up and play d4. Let's play a Blackmar-Diemer Gambit. Oh, the YouTube chat is popping off right now. Good to see everyone. Kayla, the only time control I'm taking challenges in is 3+0. So it's got to be a 3+0 game. Merry Christmas to Yanni as well. Thank you. Hello, Dallas Nowak. Victor asking how my Christmas was. It was great. Yeah. I got together with my parents. Also, my brother and his wife are in town. So it was good to see them. Saw my aunt and uncle as well. but in general, kept the gatherings like pretty small. I think how I want to do this. Let's go bishop g5 first. This pin just seems annoying, and then I'll work from there. Maybe some sort of knight e5 would have been interesting on the previous move, but I feel like I'm not quite ready for it. So let's just develop queen e2. But long term, I want to get some stuff going down this file here. That's the goal. d5 is super tempting. You know what? Let's do it. d5, pawn takes, and then knight takes. And I'm going to try to apply pressure to the f6 knight. Okay. Sidestep. This, I feel, should actually help me. Because I kind of want my king hidden anyways when things open up. And so I'm working off the pin here. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, instructive tactic right here. This happens quite a bit. Now, truthfully, I think either capture on f6 is good now. But which one, if I want to optimize for material, which one am I likely to go for? We're going to go for knight takes. So pawn takes, I can take here. You know, this is probably not a disaster for black by any means, though, because black can play rook e8. And I have this movement now. Maybe. I probably do. I didn't plan this, but I was going to say, otherwise, a queen trade probably would have been forced, because you can see the bishop controls f2. So if we go back a half step here, I thought I was going to have to play my queen here or here in this position and just trade queens. But it looks like I'm going to be getting something even better. And black is playing ambitiously here, but now I have either check and take the bishop or just take here right away. I think give the check, though. Now we're in attack mode. This might just end in checkmate soon. Let's see. Calculating. Queen h4, queen h6, queen g7. The king can run to e6. I don't see a mate there quite yet. g4, just king. This must be the move. This has got to be the move. I'm not going to calculate it because I'm pretty confident that by sealing off all these squares, especially the g6 retreat, we're going to have mate in a matter of a couple moves. So h4, king g4, queen g6. That's mate in 2. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have anything faster than that. Queen g7. Oh, I should have gone queen g7 for the style points, because then I could have, with queen g7, king h5, I could have mated with the pawn, g4. Instead, I played the pawn move first and then mated with the queen. But yeah, instructive little sequence there at the end. That is something that you ideally want to plan out. And again, I must confess, I didn't see bishop takes f7 when I was playing knight takes f6. But a very strong player being diligent here, they would have seen that entire sequence. Probably up through the moment like black can go after the bishop on h6, right? Because that's pretty bang bang. This is all pretty forcing. Again, I'd hate to play this move or this move if I want to continue attacking and exploit that enemy king. So take. And it really works because these bishops are both undefended. Check. Yeah, if black doesn't go after my bishop, I'll just scoop here and I'm going to be up a pawn and black will have an open king. And like a strong player, I think they will see all of this like up through here and understand that white is just winning. So I always like to think about that when there's a forcing sequence, like trace it back through, even if you're just passively watching a streamer or someone do it, trace it back through and put yourself in the shoes of the player and ask yourself, where would I have been uncomfortable or comfortable even calculating this? Where was the groundwork laid for that sequence? So thank you, Kimya. I think for your part, probably something like bishop e7 right around here. I probably would have done that to break the pin and just try to keep things closed in the middle of the board for the time being. Okay, next game. Here we go. Green Pterodactylus. We played before, haven't we? We have. Okay. Good luck to you. Hello to Jeff in the YouTube chat. Okay, Pterodactylus is here. Let's go c5. Jeff says, longtime listener, first-time caller. Is your ability to recall lines like you were just discussing something that chess masters develop with practice, or is it more of a born trait? Oh, definitely with practice. Yeah. I'll play classical Sicilian. Understand, all you watching out there, like, you are capable of understanding quite a bit in this game as well, even if it seems like strong players are doing something that's totally inaccessible to everyone, even with a lot of time and practice on their hands. No, I really believe that most of what you see in chess, and this is tragic for Pterodactylus, I'm sorry, I have to drop the queen takes f2 mate on you. Bishop e3 is a little bit suspicious, I think, due to this move. It's playable for white, but you got to be pretty specific. I think you got to play bishop e5 here to make it work. So I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to put the bishop on e3 in this line, play f3 first, and then bishop e3. But do not feel bad, Pterodactylus. I guarantee you. Here, let me look this up. I guarantee. How many people do you think in the Lichess database have been mated in exactly that way? I'm going to say hundreds. Let's see. Okay, I should have said exactly 100 or something. 99 players have been mated in exactly this way. Oh, look at this. 98 technically. One person played e6 here. So one person was merciful, or more likely just moving fast. But you're in good company, Green Pterodactyls. Even some very high rated players playing bullet. Yeah, so I just wanted to stress that for you guys, that as a human, like, you're capable of quite a bit in chess, and you can see those lines, you can visualize. Just takes time and deliberate practice. Oh, Duffman, hello. Greetings to Duffman Chess. What are we gonna have here? Let's play Caro-Kann. All right. Let's play knight f6, maybe like a g takes f6 line. I'm feeling like mixing it up a little bit. We'll see what Duffman has in store. Bishop d3. Yeah, bishop d3 is an interesting one. Duffman knows his theory pretty well, so I got to figure out what I want to do against him. Let's go queen d5. Drazinho says, hi, John. What is your opinion on Carlsen saying he will only defend his title if it's against Firouzja? Yeah, that's been much talked about since the World Championship, hasn't it? I'm probably of the same opinion as many of you guys. I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. I don't think Magnus is at all ruling out the possibility of playing the World Championship against any possible candidate. And I think he's going to keep his options open. I do think it could perhaps be some pressure he's trying to apply to Alireza. But I do believe Magnus when he says that he's probably sick of the World Championship format and just the sheer amount of time, the lengthiness of the cycle. So I fully can sympathize with what he's saying there. I think that's understandable. Someone who's been through the gauntlet like he has and having to defend his World Championship pretty frequently, historically speaking. Okay, c4. I think I'm going to go queen h5 here. We're going to play this aggressively. We're going for Duffman's king. But I also think he's genuinely curious if Alireza can rise to the occasion here and show his potential. All right, so is Duffman going to put this here? I'm thinking he might. But I need to castle anyways, so I'm going to do that. This is an interesting position. Pretty sharp. d5. Ooh, that's aggressive. That I don't think is a great move, but we will see. Got a couple things in mind. Baseline being to take and then go here. You never know, though. There's some potential ideas of note here. Might be better actually to play knight b6 at that point. Bishop f5 is another idea. Knight e5. Lots of potential stuff. Let's go. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go knight e5. I'm going to try to force him to trade off this bishop because I really don't like that bishop coming back to g3 to block in a lot of circumstances. My thinking is keep an eye on this square so he can't swing the queen over and attack this. He's going to have some play probably towards my king, but in the short term, I think I should be able to hold it off, and I want to get at his king. This is unclear, though. I like black, but I'm still going to lean towards the unclear evaluation. Yeah, queen e3, interesting move. Bishop h6, maybe. Invite this, and then tee off here. Could be interesting. Let's try it. Bring it, Duffman. Let's see what you got. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, okay. He's not taking a7. Now e4, perhaps. What's going on after that move? I got to play it. So thematic, right? This just looks good for me now. Maybe there were other moves like bishop f4 or queen h3 or something. But this looks most direct. Can I do this? I can't resist. We got to do it. Check. Oh, and bishop f4. Oh, the bishops slicing into the white position. All right. Thank you, Duffman, for the game. Yeah, that wasn't looking too hot against the bishop pair there. I think this is a critical position. Probably what you should do, Duffman, I think you should just put the bishop on g3. That for sure looks like the most secure to my human eyes here. Let's see what the engine says, though. Still says knight e5 in this position. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. I don't think I saw knight e5 here. But that's what I thought you were going to do when you put the bishop there. It does peer into my position this way, but if you put the bishop securely on this square, it's going to be hard for me to drum up much on that file. Yeah, I feel like d5 was probably the wrong move. Engine likes knight e5. What about here? Here it says e4 or e takes d5. This is probably pretty good too. I thought you might try this, and I was planning this, but actually that leads to a draw, according to the engine, somehow. Check. Take. Some perpetual or something? What happens if I run? I can't run? Oh, because if I go this way, then you can take. So the engine foresees this ending in a draw because of that little tactic. That's kind of a cool attacking line. But yeah, I think once you're in this position, you probably got to take your chances on queen takes a7 because it's collapsing otherwise. Thanks for the game, Duffman. Always appreciate you tuning in. Who do we have next? Zorak. Good luck to you, Zorak. Let's play e4 again. Mustafa in the chat says, hey, John, if Carlsen was your opponent, what is your opening move? By the way, you are white. Whoa. Let's play a Scotch here. Man, that's a great question. I think if I'm going for a maximum result, a chance at winning or drawing, I would play d4. If I'm playing for nostalgia and just the experience itself, I would play e4. Because e4 is what I started off playing in chess, and I played that as a kid for the longest time. So, as of now, as I am with my current level of knowledge, I would play d4 or maybe knight f3 on move 1. But otherwise, e4. Hello, Dark Knight Baron. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all the viewers here. This is great. How many viewers do we have? On YouTube, we have 131. Again, we are competing for viewers right now because of the World Rapid Championship. Lichess, we've got about 350. Good stuff. How many games are they playing today in the World Rapid Championship? Is it 5? So we're attacking the knight here. Ooh, d5. Okay, that's quite a specific defense. Could be a good one. Could be decent. I'm going to take here. And now, do we give a check? Do I take g7? Do I trade queens first? Hard to say. Okay, they're finishing up the 5th game right now. Got it. Let's keep the queens on board. Let's give a check. Yeah, I saw there were quite a few perfect scores through about 3 rounds. Nepo was doing well. He was 3-0. Magnus had given up, I think, 1 draw. Hikaru's playing the tournament, by the way. He had given up, I think, couple draws through 3 rounds. I think he was 1 win, 2 draws. All right, let's take this guy. Guess I'll bring the queen up, attack the knight, also try to hit here. Oh, thanks again, Dark Knight Baron. Yeah, shout out to all the Indian viewers. I know sometimes the streaming schedule doesn't exactly align for you guys, but greatly appreciate you tuning in. I don't know about this position. This could be dangerous for me, but I'm in the mix of it now. I'm going to castle. There's a mate threat on d1, so I had to get out of that. Duda and Jobava are the only 2 with 4 points playing the game 5 with each other. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Duda was doing well. I did see that. All right. Knight g5 or knight h4, maybe? Let's go knight h4. My pieces are sort of masked on the H file over here, but I need to get my dark square bishop out, and then I should be relatively good. Ooh, creative move. But does it do a whole lot? Because if I don't take it and I just play a bishop move, like this, for instance, isn't black going to regret that? Maybe they have a defense here. I think I see a defense for them. Hey, Kurt. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, this player's definitely not 862. Could be the case that they don't play much blitz. That's often the case with someone with a lopsided rating like this. Yeah, their rapid's higher. I would say they're probably even higher than that based on my limited knowledge from their play so far. But yeah, they're going to be gaining a lot of rating points if they continue to play blitz. Couple mistakes, though, creeping in. Let's see if they see queen takes c6 as a threat. Yeah, missed that one. So now I can take. Pretty good job otherwise. Like in the opening, I don't think Zorak necessarily knew this line, but they were playing quite well. Check. I'm going to go pick up the rook next. Check. I can promote the pawn. Don't even necessarily have to take the bishop. All right, now where is my mate? Let's go check here. And then check here. I don't see a mate per se, but we're just going to go for the queen. And this will be mate. Okay, thank you, Zorak, for the game. Yeah, I think you dealt pretty well with this Danish Gambit. Scotch game turned into Danish Gambit. Wonder what the evaluation is here. F takes g7. You know, d5 is often a good response to e5 in a lot of these e4, e5 Gambit openings. So, yeah, evidently here, it's the best move for black. And I should take that right away. That's interesting. I threw in the check and then took, but it could be hard to guard that pawn, so. Okay. Well, I learned something in this line. Thanks for the game, Zorak. Challenge accepted 21 is next. Good luck. Oh, thank you, Kriab. Yeah, glad you like that course. All right, I played Caro. I played Sicilian. Let's play a Pirc in this game. Mixing it up a little bit. Hello, Julian, by the way. Yeah, no Starbucks, but I do have my coffee. Yeah, so we're all good on the coffee front right now. Armin says, I apologize for my awful play. Ah, dude, don't apologize. Which player were you, Armin? Okay, we'll play this in an unorthodox fashion. Bishop g4. I'm going to try to be fairly active here, let's say. Knight c6, attack this pawn. I don't think this is great for black, but we're going to give it a whirl. Castle. e5 would be interesting now. They could try to bash through the center. Queen f4. Okay. If I'm reading my opponent correctly, I feel like they're trying to go bishop h6. So my mind immediately goes to sabotage mode. But, one thing I can do here is play knight takes d4, kind of an unusual tactic. Rook takes d4, e5. You don't often see a pawn forking a queen and a rook. But I think that's what I'm going to do here. Ooh, I don't know if this is good, though. This might actually not be a good idea for me. e5, queen h4? Is that potentially good? Well, let's play this first. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, even this move, right? This might be bad for me. Did I mess up? Maybe. This could actually be really bad. I wasn't even thinking of queen f3. I might have to play down a piece. Because I don't know that I can really allow this and survive. Quite honestly. Due to the pin. It's going to be nasty. All right, I feel like doing this is worse. Or sorry, being down a piece is worse than this. So I'm going to take my chances, but I am not happy about this turn of events. I must be very careful now. Maybe rook e8? Rook e8. Yeah, let's play it. And I'm down on the clock. Okay. Oh, he's just going to win material. It's that simple. All right. Well, we got to mix it up. Hello, Hans21. This is going to be difficult. I tried to fork my opponent, and I was the one who ended up getting tricked. Okay, I think knight f6 was better there, but this is probably still good. Oh, this is even better. I'm getting worked now. Pray for me. Pray for my position. Hold up. Hold. Oh boy. That's another good move. Queen e5, knight d7. Crazy. I'm in desperation mode. I know, Duffman, right? Yep, this is bad. This is looking bad. I just got to play fast now. Oh, played rook d3. Rook a3 coming. My only chance is to try to flag my opponent here. Pirc takes a7. Only chance, folks. Take? I don't know about that move. That one seemed wrong. I'm still dead losing, though. Definitely losing. Okay, I'm getting some chances if I can take on f2. Okay, let's make some room here. So I don't get mated with rook c6. Let's bring this up. Check. Come over here. I have a passed pawn myself, by the way. And I'm going to flag him. Ooh. All right. I was getting absolutely worked that game and somehow managed to win at the end. I got to check queen f4. Is that actually a good move? It looks so bad. It looks so awkward, but it might be a good move. I mean, there's a lot of good moves here for white, evidently, but queen f4, knight takes d4, backfires. Yeah, queen f3. See, I was only thinking of queen h4 here because I did once I started actually thinking about this in detail, I did see the folly of my ways and that I might get pinned. And I only thought queen h4. And I thought, okay, I can play h6 then and force a decision with this bishop, and then the rook might still be hanging. Did not look at queen f3 at all. And then I was really sounding the alarm here, right, about my position because this I think is just dead lost. +5. It's a nasty, nasty pin because I'm pretty much toast on the dark squares is the thing here. Yeah. And then queen f6, queen takes d4 is especially nice because white wasn't even in a hurry to play knight f6. All right. Well, thanks for the game challenge accepted. You had me dead to rights. Just got to move faster. Okapi is next. Hello, Ganesh. No, I have not seen the new Spider-Man movie. Should I? Is it good? Okay, let's play b6 here. We're going for a queenside Fianchetto. It's mediocre? Okay. Yeah, you know, I got to admit I'm not that big into superhero movies. Never really have been. Okay. Now here, if I take c3, is knight g5 an issue? I don't think so. I think I have knight takes e2 there is important. So let's do this. But you do have to sometimes watch this. Threatening on h7 and also threatening your bishop. But I'm pretty sure this is all theory. Queen takes c3, f5 is what they usually do here. Oh, my opponent just got banned. Oh, boy. I'll have to go take a look at that. Let's see. Yep, there you have it. This account violated Lichess. It definitely smelled. Hence why I started moving quickly. It was a bit too accurate with that attack. And the timing as well. I wonder if he actually turned off his engine once he was up the piece. You know, like when we were in that rook and bishop versus rook ending. Definitely white started playing some suboptimal moves. I wonder if they started playing on their own at that point. What do you guys think? Because white very nearly got mated there. And for sure, they were not playing the best moves at that point. But up till that point, oof. It's a tough thing, right? Like, I've been in this situation many times as a streamer where you play someone where, your chess instincts say, okay, something's up here. This is not right. But you don't want to call out someone without proof, because that has happened before. And, if you were playing a really good game, maybe the game of your life against a higher rated player, maybe you would wait a long time for that opportunity. It would just be really unfortunate to have that sullied by that streamer or person immediately saying that you're suspect. But good players generally do know. I will say that. Like, they know fairly quickly a lot of times if someone is obviously cheating. If they're not obviously cheating, if they're being a bit more smart, let's say, about how they're going about it, then it can be more difficult. But I would say through about 20 moves in that last game, I was like 90% sure that they were. I definitely did blunder, though. I did not play that well. That is entirely correct, Milos. Okay, now there's a lot of tension here. I feel like it might be time to release that tension and maybe take this way. I take d5, knight g5 maybe at that point, though. This knight's not doing a whole lot, so maybe I go here first. Can I drag this even out a little bit further? Maybe I take here, in fact. Let's take this one first. Why didn't I blunder against you, casual player? Good question. All right, now let's go here. So trying to introduce some pressure on this guy. Maybe doubling up the rooks or going for f4 after that is the plan. Oh, Ganesh says, you look like Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, the real Spider-Man. Interesting. I think I have heard that before. Someone has mentioned that in the past. I think white's doing okay here, but their time is really low. Yeah, knight b3. That might be a decent move, because I can take here, but I don't know if I like that. Ooh, wait. Do I have take, rook check? But probably just king g2 then. Yeah, I think I'm going to take here instead, and then take this one. Looks like a pretty solid extra pawn for black. Also, this is a good move too, which I'm going to play now, I think. This is kind of a Nimzo-Indian dream position. Very Nimzo-esque flavor to this one. Any back rank mates? Not seeing it. Probably just trade. We'll play the solid move, g6, just defend everything. Okay. Okapi, thank you for the game. That was looking tough when the structure got kind of fixed. I think probably trading the light square bishops, and in general, I think this structure is not so great for white. Because if those pawns stall out and you don't have any momentum in the center, especially after a piece trade or two, it can be really hard to drum anything up. So I have a feeling like knight d2, probably the engine's going to say this is already better for black. Yeah. The black queen comes to that long diagonal. It's just tough to try to enforce anything. I don't think you quite have the firepower behind your pawns here, and these pawns remain weak. So you did an actually okay job of keeping it together here, but it's honestly quite difficult. Like, you would pressure me in this position if I had the white pieces for sure. Yeah, good game. Thanks for the game. I think it might be interesting for you, Okapi, to look into plans from this position where you try to delay knight c3. So, like, queen c2 is interesting here for that reason. Although I think black might be able to play bishop e4. Rook e1, I think, is played as well. Let me just pop open the database. Yeah, d5 as well. The d5 is an ambitious line, like a pawn sacrifice line. So you might want to look into some of the alternatives here. Thanks again for the game. Chess level 100. Let's do this. Yeah, Tobey Maguire did play Bobby Fischer in Pawn Sacrifice. Did Pawn Sacrifice come out in 2014? That is insane. Doesn't feel like that long ago. Oh, and this is the one of the benefits of playing D5, especially online. A lot of people pre-move knight F3. Let's go bishop F5. ICBM. Oh yeah, is this the ICBM variation? All right, take. So I think if you're going to play this line, you don't want to take there, because this just leads to some trades and blacks up a pawn. Armin says, my only chance is to flag is the ultimate code word. Oh, so you're talking about that game. Yeah, you're spot on there, Armin. Absolutely. I knew I probably wasn't going to win that one on the board. Yeah, this is the Tennison Gambit. It is. I agree with you, Yeaton Fee. Borderline unplayable for white. It's kind of like a reversed Budapest in a way. I still have to be careful here for sure. I've got some weak points in my position. Maybe bishop here to shore things up. Looks like the correct move. Definitely don't mind taking this one. Probably rook d8 after this. Just look to swap a little bit. I am totally okay with trades. We're going to castle by hand here. Rook d1, king c8. Or if they're... Okay, I'll play this rook ending. Getting up 2 pawns. And we set up a Scandi structure anyways. Just an absolute bulletproof structure. This would be a bad structure if white had some piece that can infiltrate on the dark squares. A dark square bishop or maybe a knight. But not here. All right, let's just continue gaining space. There we go. Pushing, pushing, pushing. All over the shop. Let's give a check down here. And then I'm going to play b5. And that rook is looking wedged for white. It might become trapped. Beware. If I can induce white to play b3, I guess he always has this square, huh? Now what? c5 here, take maybe? Looks pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. It's almost trapped. Not quite, though. I think I'll just take now. He can give a check here. I'm going to step up. By the way, Magnus won a really instructive rook ending today against Grandmaster Alexei Dreyev. So if you guys are curious about technique in like a pawn-up rook ending, especially with an extra rook pawn for one side, or an extra distant pawn, let's say, check out that endgame. And I had the pleasure of recording a Chessable series with Magnus where he explained a very similar rook ending that he played in the Bundesliga when he was a teenager. He was like 15 or something against Grandmaster Hracek. So I immediately thought of that game when I saw Magnus do that against Dreyev today. All right, should I be clinical and take here and play king f5 and get in the square, or should I just do this? I'll just do this one. I want my king to come up here. Oh no, my pawn. Yeah, he did win rook and bishop versus rook in the first game. I saw that someone posted about that. I didn't actually look at that game. Who is he playing in that one? All right, this is force mate. All right, thank you for the game, chess level. Yeah, Tennison Gambit, you might have been pre-moving knight f3, but if you play this, I think the best thing to do is to avoid a queen trade. Try to continue developing, putting some pressure on my position, like knight c3 here. But it is a little bit sketchy for white for sure. So thanks for the game. Okay, Leonard 808. Good luck to you. Let's play in English. We're going to mix it up. Maybe a reverse dragon of sorts. Yeah. Interesting endgame, that rook and bishop versus rook. Subtle one. Do you guys know the main defensive techniques in that ending? There's two big defensive techniques that are good to be that's good to be aware of if you ever have to defend it. Gagunashvili. Ah, okay. Georgian player. Okay, this is interesting. Tempted to play like a quick c5 or something here. I don't know. Let's go queen b3. This is a little ticky-tack, but I wonder if he's going to castle and allow me to do this. Or, I mean, bishop e6 kind of shores it up, but it leaves b7 unguarded. Yes, that is correct, Orlog on YouTube. Everyone can play as long as it's 3+0. There's no priority given. Also, no priority even for time, let's say. Time spent as a challenger. I don't know what to do here. I'm still going to play this move. This just strikes me as a pretty interesting idea, so I'm going to try it. Yeah, it has to be 3+0. Just due to time constraints, Sepher. It's also nice if I happen to, even though I'm not the one who selected the time control, shout out to the Lichess mods. If I happen to face someone like that one player who was banned for violating the terms of service, if there's no increment, it gives me some hope to come back. And you guys like to see that too. 3+0 is a tough time control, right? The fastest blitz time control. You really got to know what you're doing in those games. Okay, this is an interesting position because Black has a imposing pawn structure in the center, but I have the two bishops, a compact position, maybe the ability to snipe Black structure from a distance. I'm going to say this is an equal position, but I think Black has to be careful. Arguably a little more than White does. Let's see if I can demonstrate why. Yeah, like that is exactly why. The position can open up real fast, some annoying checks, and now Black's going to lose a piece. So if I were playing Black there, you know what I would have done? I would have played b6 to guard the c5 square. Kind of set up a little wall on the 5th rank. Okay, now I'm going to go for something kind of cruel. You guys ready for this? John, did you read the Chessable article of the greatest endgame player of all time? I did not. Who was that on? Was it on Magnus? Because I think many would consider him to be that. We're tearing down the pawn wall here, brick by brick. How to get better at middle game and end games as a beginner? Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it much if you're a beginner, Spartan. Yeah, don't feel like you have to start proactively amassing a huge amount of knowledge in those domains. The middle game is the hardest phase of the game to purely study in chess. It mainly has to be, your middle game skills have to be built up over time. Thanks for the game, Leonard. Yeah, I think if you played b6, you were probably okay there. So yeah, Spartan, you want to focus on playing longer games, doing lots of tactics, calculation. Your end game skills, your middle game skills, those will come with time. Even here, king e8, Black's fine. Equal evaluation. What about b6, the move I proposed? It's in the top 5. They don't actually like it as much as rook d8, so maybe that's the thing. If Black gets coordinated, king e8, avoids the check. If they can keep these pawns together, then not much to fear. Okay, thanks for the game. Mustafa, you're up. Good luck. our pale blue dot. Great username, by the way. I love the pale blue dot image from the Hubble telescope, I believe. Pale blue dot says, I'm also a noob. Are books the quickest way to learn? I would say no. You know, especially these days with all the resources available to you. I'm biased, but I have a series on YouTube called Chess Fundamentals where I start with the assumption that someone knows how the pieces has moved and has played, you know, some games. So they're not like a pure beginner. But I just talk about the things that are productive to do and the major habits that you want to start practicing and things to avoid, like undefended pieces, really developing a sensitivity to those. So I think mainly you want to be focused on active learning if you're a beginner. You know, active as much as possible. Like get some baseline knowledge if that makes you a little more comfortable, but don't spin your wheels studying like the minutia of opening theory, end games. You know, there's always plenty of time for that in chess. There's no rush to do that stuff. You need to get as many reasonably, you know, long games as you can under your belt. Analyze them a little bit and doing tactics. Like stick with that. Stick with the basics when it comes to that. Build up plenty of practical experience right away. Yeah, sure thing, Pale Blue Dot. Okay. This is all some theoretical stuff. I got to watch out for a fork here, so let's address that. And using Chessable. Well, Lichess, Chessable, yep, those resources can all help. But main thing is definitely to play games. You know, if I were to single out one thing, play longer games when you're starting out. I would actually like to create a course sometime, kind of distilling the essential knowledge for like beginner players or people getting into the game. Like give them a good framework, lay everything out based on my 10 plus years as a chess professional and how best to actively learn and put those into practice. I think that would be interesting. Any tips for a 2300 to get better? Ooh, yeah, you might be looking at some specialized advice at some point. You might want to start thinking about that. So getting a coach. If you're 2300, you're doing very well for yourself. So might want to look into getting a coach for some special feedback. All right. Yeah, I still feel like I'm a little bit worse here. I got to be kind of careful. Queen A4 is an annoying move. Hits the bishop, also hits the pawn down here. So careful. I think I'm just going to go bishop e7 to start. Queen a4, maybe I'd take on f3. I'm going to be somewhat worse, though. Hello, Basid. Good to see you on YouTube. Okay, c4. Let's go back here. I feel like c4 was somewhat incorrect. Minor inaccuracy, perhaps. Take with this one. White's still doing absolutely fine, though. Bishop a5. Let's activate that bishop. With tempo. Now I'm going to go knight e4. Playing kind of active. Just trying to stop bishop d6, though, for the time being. I've checked out Decode Chess like maybe once or twice in the past. Yeah, Decode Chess, Aim Chess. I don't exactly know how I feel about those services. Maybe if the analytics get to a point where I think it really starts to become useful, practical for players. But I don't know that it's quite there yet, that I would like recommend something like that. But I have heard from people that they do find those services useful from time to time. Knight d4. How much do I want to concern myself with that? I don't know. Let's play a5. I'm just going to try to break up their structure for now. But I do constantly have to watch this move. This and this are loose. Ooh, and that is a mistake. A blunder for my opponent. Taken bishop e5. Alignment tactic. I think he sees that it was a blunder, but not much to do at this point. White's going to lose the exchange. You just got to double rooks and hope for the best. All right. Thank you for the game, Mustafa. Close one. You were playing me pretty even. I'd say slightly better up through maybe move 15 or so. Yeah, you're quite a bit better here. +1 or +3. Look at this. Oh, bishop a6. How many of you guys saw bishop a6? Raise your hand. I'm going to put my hand down because I definitely didn't. I was not looking at the light square bishop going that way, but in hindsight, it looks so obvious. So that was basically set up when I took with the pawn. Rook takes would have allowed bishop e5. So that light square bishop could have hurt me. He had to save the dark square bishop, I guess, temporarily because it was under attack. But yeah, that was sitting there. And this, I'm going to have to give up an exchange because the c7 square is guarded, as is b8. And typical thing, if I go to a8, there's bishop e7. Massive issues there, too. Okay. Well, it makes me feel slightly better that a lot of you had missed it as well. No one has stepped forward and said that they saw that. Oh, thanks, Orlog, by the way. And thanks again for the game, Mustafa. Orlog was asking about my streaming schedule. I stream maybe 2 to 4 times a week on my personal channel. And I tend not to stream for super long sessions. That may change in the future, but most of my streams are like a half hour to an hour and a half. Not super long. It makes them kind of digestible, though. And for example, one thing I do, I'll play a lot of timed blitz. So lately I've been playing blitz on chess.com if I'm trying to like play really competitive matches. There's a lot of title players will play on there. And I'll give myself 30 minutes and I'll put a timer up for 30 minutes. And I always stop like exactly when that timer's up, or I'll finish my game and then stop. And it's actually a technique I'd recommend to you guys if you have trouble with your impulses and just controlling tilt and the number of games that you play. Set a timer and just rigorously stick to that, even if it means ending on multiple losses. I really think it's good for discipline. Diffuser says, John streams are just enough to keep the fans thirsty. Yes, that is the goal, Diffuser, right? All right, so I'm just trying to play active chess here. White has an isolated pawn. You know who I think is quite good in this variation is Ben Feingold. I'm pretty sure I've seen him play this before from the black side. Magnus is squeezing Shirov. Ooh, we might have to take a quick peek at that after this game. Now, this would be a typical maneuver. And you know what? I'm going to avail myself of that maneuver. I don't think I have to worry about knight b5. This move looks passive, but knights really do well when they're blocking enemy pawns like that. Like a pawn in the middle of the board that could become passed at some point. It's not a passed pawn yet because I have this pawn on e7, but just feels really snug there, right? And what next? He might try to evict it at some point with bishop f4. But I'm probably not going to lose much sleep over that. I'm just going to go here. Magnus flagged Shirov. Ah. Wait, let me check this out. No, I'll check it out after this game. I don't want to spend too much time and not give full effort against Sky is Empty. Let's go a6 now. I think bishop f4, I might go here. We might take a pit stop on the f5 square. I'm not even sure about a6. Like maybe knight a4 was good there. So let's stop knight a4. Probably b. I think I should have played b6. It was better. I still like this position though for me. Let's send this in now. And I could see there being some issues for white keeping this together. That's good to see Nepo playing well, by the way. I don't know how he did the past couple rounds, but I kind of had a feeling he would do well coming off the World Championship. You know, all the pressure is released. He doesn't have to fight every game against the best player in the world from, a -2, 3, whatever deficit. He can just play a variety of opponents and focus on playing well. So my idea here is queen takes b2, b4. Nepo's on +3. Nice. Good score. Shout out to Andrew Tang, by the way. My student, Andrew Tang, my former student, I should say. He's playing in the tournament as well. Didn't see how he did the past couple rounds as well, but he loves playing this event, I know. He's played the World Blitz and Rapid before. Okay, which way to take? I'm not sure. Let's take with a pawn. We'll get it one square closer to promotion. That's the logic. Maybe rook b2 coming in. Yeah, he wasn't doing too hot through the first 3 rounds. I think he won his first round on forfeit. He was playing Iturizaga. I guess Iturizaga didn't show up from what I saw. Okay, let's push. Let's defend. Maybe queen f5. I feel... Okay, let's be sneaky. Don't tell sky is empty. Oh, they missed it. All right, thank you, Sky is Empty, for the game. You probably played just a little bit too passive in the middle game. I will admit, though, these types of positions are tough. It's hard to find a target sometimes. I think after a6, this was your moment to play knight a4, is my impression. Because I think a6 was actually kind of a bad move, because this creates some issues for me here. Engine says equal. Yeah, b5, much better. b5 or b6. So I hate to boil it down to like one move, but I think that's the type of position you got in where it's hard to create a lot of momentum. I just think this line is a little bit limp for white. And you have the isolated pawn, so in positions like that, you got to time your counterplay exactly or you'll be defending forever. Thanks for the game. Okay. Oh, casual player. Again. I'm just looking back on our other 3 games. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've had some interesting ones. I better play a move. Interesting as in me attacking you. But you never know. This could turn around, casual player. I really hate... what should I do here? Let me think. Okay, we're going to play this Gambit style. We're going to summon the ghost of Paul Morphy here. And play it in the style in which he may approve. So I noticed Morphy liked to do a lot of these sort of gambits where he would play knight c3 or knight c6 and then take with the d-pawn. Almost Stafford Gambit-esque, for those of you who know the Stafford Gambit, where you open the dark square bishop, or one of the bishops, rather, and you also open the queen, the d-file. Yeah, this is principled, but I think white has some nice chances here. Knight h4, queen d5. I mean, knight h4 already looks a little bit awkward for him, so let's do it. Yeah, Joe Bava is doing well, isn't he? That is correct. Playing some entertaining chess as usual. All right. f5. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Sidestep. Okay, now f5 maybe? I think so. If he keeps it closed, I have queen h5 followed by knight g6. All right, casual player. Here, check. It's probably no good for me at that point. So I have to make some allowance for the g5 move coming up. Maybe queen d5. Queen d5, knight e7 though. Weird position. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to go here. And on this, I'm going to check, and then I'm going to pull the knight back. And his king's going to be kind of floating in the center. I have some ideas if he plays bishop takes f5 at that point. I don't think bishop takes f5 will be a good move, actually. Hello, something pretentious. Good to see you. All right. Bishop e3, maybe? I'm still on the lookout for ways he can try to trap my knight, but I don't think it's going to work. All right, he's just going to castle queenside, which makes sense. That's a pretty good plan. Let's get ready to attack. Ooh, now, all right. Now I really question where black's going to put this king. Oh, he's turtling up. Fine. Let's keep pushing. Let's continue attacking. Hey, Axiom Fox, good to see you. Interesting. Might be time for this move. Might be time to just put the bishop in and see how it goes. Otherwise, if I retreat, maybe d5. I could try to tear down that pawn wall in the center somehow, but I prefer this. Ah, and he castles now. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, let's go here. Tense game. I could be worse. I think I am. But I'm going to create lots of problems for him. You guys know the drill. This queen's going to be banished to the Neverland over there. Okay, I have an absolutely sick idea. No clue if this is going to work, but we'll find out. Oh, he saw it too. I was threatening queen f7 there. He managed to see it. Still interesting position. Still very interesting. I think I have a lot of compensation. Let's take this one. Keep this on board. Ay. I got to retreat. Oh, this is tough. I'm way down on the clock, too. Focus. Oh, I shouldn't have traded there. That was a bad decision. This is a weird circle. Oh, he can take. Oh, good game, casual player. I got to resign. Dang, you saw my threat, too, with queen f7. See, you didn't need any blunders from me to win the game. GG. Yeah, that was nice. I tried to set up queen f7 checkmate, but you saw it. Well, queen f7 take, pawn takes. That was a wild game. I think at this point it's probably Even though it looks a little scary around Black's king, it's probably too much. Yeah, Engine's not buying it. I think my last chance was to keep the rooks on board. You kept the pressure on me on the clock, which is absolutely the best strategy. Oh, you remembered this from Christoph's repertoire. Yeah, this is a line, isn't it? It's kind of an obscure variation, but I do remember F6 somehow being like the move here. So, hey, you played the textbook way here. It looks visually scary, but again, the engines probably don't buy it. So, shout out to Christoph for for prepping you in this line. Good memory. Do the computers like knight h4? Probably not. The computers would maybe prefer some more orthodox approach here. A4, B4, H3. Pretty sketchy, though, nonetheless. I think there's been some games in this line. Yeah, here's the Lichess database. Quite a few games. Knight h4 is the top move. Not great percentages for white. I think that kind of demonstrates that if you play into this variation, probably Black knows what they're doing. I would say either Black really knows what they're doing, or they really don't know what they're doing if they're playing f6 here. So, yeah, nice game. I didn't think I missed any major chances. Maybe bishop e6 was not the best, but no, you pretty comfortably refuted this. Yeah, your prep paid off. You finally got to use it. Nice one. Okay, so casual player takes me down. They lost the previous 3, but then they came charging back for the victory. Well done. Kartik's up next. I'll play French. I haven't played any French today. Yeah, f6, normally, I would say if Black's like walking into that line without any prior preparation, they're going to be in trouble. If they've never seen that, then, hey, I like that for white. I think you have plenty of practical compensation. But otherwise, yeah, I think if they know what they're doing, as you saw, it could backfire pretty quickly on white. Might have to defend for 5-10 moves, but could backfire. Let's go h6. Oh, yeah, thank you, Set Landon. Okay, let's go knight f4. We'll try to angle for this square. Thank you, Bombay, as well. Ooh, am I dropping a pawn here? Queen f5 might have been winning a pawn. I kind of want to keep some tension here, but I'm not sure exactly how, so let's just take. This is a pretty boring position. I may be slightly worse, too. I think I am. Just got to take and defend. Good advertisement for avoiding the French defense. This position I'm in right here. But I'm going to fight. F4 I don't know about. I don't think he really needs the support of the rook in the center. And I might be starting to generate some counterplay. We'll see. Bring this over. Long ways to go, though. Trying for an attack down there. Need to get this guy in the game at some point, but that's not going to be simple. Maybe this plan? All right. I have mixed feelings about this move, but I'm going to try to hide my king on h7. Maybe f5 will be weak. Ooh, wait a minute. I have to be careful. No, it doesn't work for him yet. I got to watch taking and then rook e7, though. Fortunately, I have rook f7, so it's, I think, not quite working for him. Hello, Mayank. Yeah, everyone has an equal chance of getting accepted. I just do accept random challenge. But hopefully we'll get a game in. Okay, they're interesting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to prevent the doubling of the rooks. I think I need to make a point to do that. Oh, casual player played really well, and he had good preparation. He studied that line before. So, fully deserved. All right, now I think it's time to counterattack. Let's go here. I'm going after this. Maybe even queen b1 followed by rook takes b2. Hey, Patas Monkey. Oh, I've been around. Yeah, I've been streaming a little bit. Haven't been too active on YouTube. But I have been in the mix. Now, queen here, or do I take with check? This one looks more dangerous for white. But it could also be dangerous for me. But I think I'm going to play this. I think my king is safe enough where I can justify this. Like, he doesn't have anything direct around here. Queen f4, take. Because you see how it takes away the first rank from his king? That's what I like about that move. And I still retain both these threats. He might just be losing here. This looks pretty bad. Yeah, take. King f3, and now I just got to get the move order right. Queen here or queen here? I mean, queen f1 is just mate in 2, isn't it? Oh no, he can go to this square. Of course. So queen d1. Queen d1, king f4. There's no mate there per se. I'm going to go check. I'm actually not sure. So I'm going to go check and then guess queen takes g2. Yeah, but now I got to trade queens, which... Yeah, I kind of misplayed that for sure. Definitely misplayed that. Pretty poorly. Pretty significantly, let's say. I might still win, but on time. Okay, I feel dirty about that one. I really misplayed that attack. I couldn't calculate it out. Missing some ingredient here. Let me think for a second. And the worst thing is white's a couple moves away from attacking, so like I have a lot of better moves. Rook e2 or something. Rook e2 followed by rook here also looks really good. That's probably in hindsight, the easiest way that I see to win. Yeah, mate in 7. h5. Yeah, h5 as well. Nah, wish I would have played rook e2. Easiest. This is mate in 5, really. Queen check here, and then h5 again. Okay. Yeah, it didn't occur to me that this pawn could actually be useful in the attack. So the idea there is to set up queen g4. That's tough. That's the threat. He has little counterplay. If he plays some blocking move like queen f3, check here, do this, and probably rook f2. Okay. Yeah, tricky. He managed to slip out of that. And then I think in that endgame, definitely white's the only one who's going to be better. Probably a draw, but tricky, tricky. All right. Well, thanks for the game, Kartik. You had me on the ropes there at the end. JPK, hey, good to see you. Let's do this. Queen takes f5, some of you were saying. Yeah, very possibly could pick up that pawn in some lines as well. Okay, now this should be good for white because I'm going to get the pawns rolling in the middle of the board. d5 coming up next. And the knights are on the run for black. Probably the last French we'll see from John. Yeah, I really dislike the French, I gotta say. The opening, not the people. Okay, let's castle queenside. We'll be aggressive here. Open up towards this black queen. Do I have stream in my channel with challenges? Ask you work. Yeah, I do that sometimes. You work. Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. I more often play viewers on Lichess plays, so what I'm doing here, but occasionally on my channel as well. All right, so we got some sharp stuff going on here. I am up a pawn, assuming he takes it. Ooh, he takes with the king. I don't know about king takes. I thought queen takes would have been played. Because now I have bishop c4 check, e5, lots of moves. Let's just go bishop c4 check. He's probably going to have to go back towards the center here. Yep. And now some sort of strategic like knight d5 move or maybe knight b5 could be vicious here. I don't know, though. Not quite seeing it. e5, probably the most brutal move. Again, I'm not really seeing it. Let's go knight b5. We'll attack c7. Maybe now I play e5. Attack this, attack this. This is a little bit loose in some cases too, but small price to pay, I think. Hey, what's up, Shrip? Okay. Take. I think got to do it. Things may be starting to collapse here. In fairness, my bishop is hanging, though, so have to keep that in mind, too. Okay, now probably just take the rook with check. Yeah, really no reason to do anything else. If here he can take with the queen, so that's not going to cut it. Maybe queen d5. Queen d5, c6, queen g8, rook f8. Seems unlikely that would hold, but it might. Could just retreat the bishop or b3, even safer. Nah, I think I'm going to go for this. Should be good. Oh, you play the French, Charles? My condolences. Hello, Ina Rus. So if c6, check, rook f8, I was thinking knight d6 at that point. Seems like there should be something more direct, but I do have multiple pieces under attack there. He takes. Yeah. Too much material now, though. Queen b7? Maybe. This is close to checkmate now. Yeah, this is mate. Black had to play bishop e7 there, but it wasn't looking too hot. So you guys were liking queen b7? But he takes this with check, though, is the thing. So, am I from the Canada or the UK? I'm from the US. Thanks for the game, JPK. Appreciate it. If you take with a queen here, you might still be in the game. But yeah, this is kind of a move order thing. The way I played it, you slipped into the Marshall defense, like from a Chigorin, basically. If you're going to play Chigorin style, I think you should play e6 here. Would be the move. Or, sorry, bishop g4, probably the most Chigorin of all. Get the light square bishop out. Yeah, this is actually the proper Chigorin move order. Here, then e6. But knight f6, when I take here, your knights just get ultimately pushed around by the pawns in the center. And yeah, this is not so great for black. Thank you for the game. Olhado, good luck. Let's play e4 again. I play a lot of e4 and Lichess plays just because I think it produces really interesting games. But in my personal play, I'm mostly like a d4 or a knight f3 player. Oh, that was terrifying, JPK. Well, he defended pretty well for a while, but king f7. Yeah, it made your king too exposed. That's for sure. I would be interested what the engine says about queen f7, on the other hand. Even though you're down a pawn there, might be playable. Little trick in this position. Knight takes e4, bishop d5. A lot of people have fallen for that. Don't be one of them. Yeah, thanks again, casual player. I'll have to remember not to play a dubious Gambit line against you because you're going to punish me. It's fun, though, so I'll probably do it again. Can I win a pawn here? It's not the healthiest pawn, but, well, maybe it could be. Black took their eye off the e5 point, so this is interesting. Tupac or Biggie? I would go with Tupac. I do like both, though. All right, so this looks really sketchy for black now. I think they're going too far with the gambiting here. But I still have to try to refute it. Let's try to get this connected pawn chain. The pawns are a little unconnected right now, disconnected. The d6 pawn in particular, let's try to send a little rescue force towards it. All right, and now let's go queen g4. What are my thoughts on e4, c5, knight f3, e6, g3 for white versus the open Sicilians? That's a challenging move order for black for sure. I've seen a lot of people recommend that as like a anti-Khan or Taimanov line. Oh, thank you, Bubble Wrap. Oh, I don't know about that move. This allows check, also allow taking with check. So I think I should just do this one. But yeah, that position was losing for black anyways, because if they took, I was going to win the knight on d7. And now, yeah, I was going to take here. So Olhado resigns. Thank you for the game, Olhado. You're doing all right. Just knight e7 got you into some trouble. I think we're still in theory here. Book says lots of moves are playable. h6, rook e8, bishop g4. Rook e8 looks pretty logical, I would say. Keep that defended. h6, also logical. But yes, knight e7 allows the capture, which is immediately good for white. Snatch says, I like the tree, John. Must have taken a while to decorate. You're right about that. And when I'm done, I can just put a bag over it. That's what my grandpa used to do. He had this little tall tree, and he would often leave it out year round. And it was covered with like a grocery bag. And he would just take the grocery bag off like every December. And he was good to go. So I learned from my ancestors, my relatives. Thanks again for the game, Ohado. Rocket Bullet, you're up. Hello, Shock Vok. All right, what have I not played? Let's play B6. We'll get some Fianchetto on the queen side action going again. What are my thoughts on the Rapid and Blitz going on in Poland? Awesome event. Really great to follow. I would say for me, aside from the World Championship, if we just take that out, I would say World Cup is my favorite event to follow, followed by World Rapid and Blitz. Those two. The only problem with the World Rapid and Blitz is there's almost too many games going on at one time, so it's difficult to follow all the action, quite simply. Like, you need to take a lot of time with the games, and it's impossible to follow everything live. There's just too many interesting games being played. Latvian Gambit, please. Man, I already lost one game today. Kartik very nearly took me down as well. I'm tempting fate if I go for Latvian Gambit at this point. I just need to play some boring strategic chess. Yeah, this does look like a winner, doesn't it? That's right. I feel like knight e7 is a decent move here. I got to watch the dark squares in a position like this always, so beware of that. I think for now, this is totally fine, though. Queen d7 feels like some winnowery move. Castle, maybe? He takes c5 if I do that. Might be time to just take here and then play knight c6, perhaps. Oh, he takes with the queen, though. All right. Now, the thing is, you don't really want to play c4 in these positions if you can avoid it for a while. So I don't really want to do that. Maybe knight f5, huh? Let's play that move. Okay, he retreats. Cooperative. Now, probably just castle. So yeah, I'm trying to leave the tension. I want to try to buy time for this, maybe. All right. I feel like taking this is actually correct here. Let's do that one. And then... If I were a French player, how would I play this? Let's go knight c6. All right, really got to watch my time now, though. Rocket Bullet's going to gun for my king. I know it. He's going to play like rook e3. He's going to try to swing the rook. Okay, he's doing that one instead. Let's take now. We're going to try to go after the d4 pawn, or pawns in some capacity. Let's go knight e7. This is heating up. I still like my position a lot. I will say that. But it could turn around if I'm not careful. Rook f3, I don't know about it. I feel like he's losing the initiative a little bit now. I might be able to attack. This pawn's hard to guard. If he goes c3, he loses this one. Yeah, he lost the momentum. All right, let's go knight f5. We'll be patient. And if here... I don't know what. Maybe knight h4? feel like I have a way to refute this, but I'm not sure. Knight takes d4. Doesn't quite work. Let's go knight h4. There's a pin. Maybe followed by g5 is the move. Depending upon where he puts the rook. But yeah, this looks interesting. Okay, this I can take. And then we circle back. He's still all pinned up, so it's nice. Oh, we're winning everything now. This is great. Okay, check. Still some work to be done because my time is terrible. Now I'm hanging pawns. I'm really messing this up. John, if you could stop hanging stuff, that would be great. Oh, no. I lost. Good game, Rocket Bullet. Yeah, I thought I might be able to pre-move that out, but I didn't have enough time. He went for the rook takes f6 at the end. Good game, good game. Tough one. Yeah, I thought I had a little more time to pull off this long strategic victory than I actually did. Yeah, well-deserved flag. Indeed. Somehow I was not able to trade pieces here. Like, my mind went blank at this point. I blundered so many things. You had rook takes f6. Oh, nice, Rocket Bullet. Yeah, good job. You did run the risk of me like being able to pre-move a bunch of stuff, but clearly that was not the case. Good game. Get taken down again. The second time today. That has never happened in Lichess plays. You guys might be tuning up for 2022. I gotta watch out in Lichess plays in the coming year. Yeah, that bishop was probably hanging at various points. Okay, we might get one or two more games in normal chess before we go to our Bongcloud horsey. I'm scared now because I've already lost two. I might be risking a third loss. There's a lot of people in the queue, or in the challenge list, rather. Over 50 challenges still, so good to see. I like this position. I feel like c5 is the move here, followed by bishop f4. Not allowing black to break out. Yeah, for the viewers, it's great. Exactly. I think you're right. My emoji, or my emotes, rather, do need an update. Okay, bishop takes c6 might be an interesting shot at some point here. It is actually a threat. Take. Maybe not. Queen a6. Trade. But I'm going to think about it. Let's go b3 now. Do I play it at this point? Take. And the thing is, he can't keep the queen defending the rook, but he can play queen a6. Then if we trade everything, I take d8. My pawns are too blockaded there, so I don't like it. Let's just play a3. I'm going to try to tiptoe up the board here. b4 eventually. Okay. I think bishop d2. He's going to go back to c7, though, huh? That's fine. That is okay. You generally want to be pretty patient in these positions. When black is cramped like this, you may not want to trade pieces too quickly. Just take it easy for a little while. Okay. Let's get behind this pawn. Hello, Collier. Thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you too. Now I probably take here. And we're opening up the way towards the c6 point. All right. Things might be collapsing for my opponent. If they can keep this and this together, they have a chance in the short run. But there's a lot of pitfalls, like rook e8 would lose to this. That one. Okay, maybe b5. Let's try it. Am I going to continue that endgame series with other super GMs like I did with Magnus? No, that was a one-time project just based on Magnus's games. Ooh, and bishop a5 is a vicious move here. Queen is trapped. So, yeah, that was a one-time project for Chessable with Magnus explaining endgames and strategy. But it was a lot of fun. I would love to do it with other super GMs. It was a pretty amazing experience. Is Minnesota as cold as Finland at the moment? Let's check it out. Temperature. We'll just do it by major city. We'll do St. Paul, Minnesota. Okay. It's currently 29 Fahrenheit, which is -2 Celsius here in St. Paul. And let's do Helsinki. Ooh, it's colder in Helsinki right now. -13 Celsius, 9 Fahrenheit. Yeah, Helsinki's got us today. Yeah, it is. It is nighttime in Europe. That's true. Oh no, a fork. I can pre-move this one. You could play rook. Rook takes g3. the only mate in one avoiding move, I believe. The only way to cancel my pre-move. Ooh, Juho, that sounds awful, man. Stay indoors. Stay safe. Thank you for the game, Edinburgh. Yeah, you were a little bit cramped in that one. I think this setup in general is not great for black, personally. I think if you break out of it at exactly the right moment, or if you can play like c5 early on and somehow avoid getting hurt when the position opens up, it's maybe playable. But I would avoid it personally. I happen to think in these positions, black's best off playing d takes c4 and then b5, kind of playing it like a semi-Slav. So just my opinion. Okay, you guys know what time it is. Are we going to see 3 losses in a row today in Lichess Plays? We're already in unprecedented territory for my Lichess Play streams. I've lost 2 games. I should have lost a third against Kartik. Remember that game where he probably could have flagged me. So we might be seeing 3. All right, here we go. Is it the holiday set? Oh, that's too bad. I thought the horsies would have little holiday hats on them. But no dice. Bongcloud horsey, who's it going to be? Oh, 1897 Sammy Jankis. I'm putting in my food order right now, as is my custom. Good luck, Sammy. Do your worst or do your best. This is especially dangerous for me, playing England with King E7. But we got to do it. We got to do it for the content. All right. Putting in my food order now. All right. And let's go. We'll play the king back. By the way, this is a random question. But do any of you guys have a RE20 microphone? You guys heard of this microphone? RE20? I like this current microphone that I have, the Shure SM7B, but I'm not sure long-term I want it like podcasting style where it's this close to my face, this close to my mouth. So I'm just looking at alternatives. Okay. Doing all right here. This is shaping up okay. Let's pin. I'm going to take here. Now, if takes, I can try to take here if I really want to be greedy. And I think Sammy sees that, so I'm curious if he'll allow it or if he'll try to... Yeah, I don't even know if I would want to take there. Now that I look at this position again, that would have been really dangerous. But, all right, let's play Queen H4. Hazel Perez, thank you for formulating that request so politely. They said, please change the format of your pieces. So I should probably explain that this is a tradition on my Lichess play stream. For the last game, I always play with the horsey set, and I play the Bongcloud variation. If I'm white, I play E4 and then King E2, no matter what. And if black, E5, King E7. So, yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to put up with it for one game. I may change that tradition at some point, by the way. I'm taking ideas. Okay, let's go Rook C8. I need to defend C7 a little bit. And I need another ingredient in the attack over here. Let's do this. Don't tell Sammy what I'm up to. Oh, he saw it. I was looking for knight H4. We were searching for that tactic. How about G5? This looks like fun. Let's do this. Here we go. Somehow I made this into a sensible attack. Is that a trap bishop? Bishop F1? I can just retreat my queen. Is there anything fancier? Nah, again, I can't tempt fate today. John, do you know if Belgian Novice is okay? I haven't seen him for a long time. I've seen Belgian on a stream recently, so I haven't heard anything from him. He should be okay, but yeah, shout out to Belgian Novice. Hopefully he's okay. All right, all right. I see some interesting stuff once again. Let's give a check here. Ooh, this is nearly mate. King G2, Queen H3 is mate. So that only leaves this move. Now, I wish I could play Rook takes H2, but it's not quite working. It's not quite there. I need to get my other rook involved in the attack. He might just trade queens now, but we might see a cool finale as well. We'll see. Yeah, King D7. Nice move. Very fitting, right? Oh, and we're going to see potentially a nice little finale. Not quite, though. It's not exactly mate. But Queen H4. Okay, Queen H4 was the only move to keep the game going. But that is checkmate with the Penguins supporting, guarding G1 and F2. All right, thank you, Sammy, for the game. Switching back to our regular board for a second. Yeah, you can play Queen H4 to keep the game going. Take, but I'd probably play something like check. I would just have to avoid Bishop H3 at that point. Yep, GG's. Thank you, guys. Tough games today. Congrats again to Casual Player. Refuted that Gambit quite confidently. Managed their time well. Same with Rocket Bullet. Well done. Flagged me. Very well deserved. Thank you guys for tuning in to Lichess Plays today. This is always a lot of fun. I look forward to it. This is, I think, the last one of the year. Yeah, because New Year's is Friday, right? So January 1st is next Saturday. Or this coming Saturday, I should say. So I will see you guys in the new year. I'll talk to Lichess, see when is convenient, but might be next Sunday. The 2nd. And it looks like we're going to raid Diana Mirza. So give her our best. Thanks again. Congrats to the players who won. Thanks to everyone who challenged today. If you didn't get a challenge, we'll try again next time. Again, I do occasionally do streams where I play against viewers on my own channel. Make sure to consider supporting Lichess. It runs off of donations. You can become a patron. You can get the wings next to your name. Be nice to your Lichess mods like No Joke Chess. They really donate a lot of their time to making this a great open source community. You guys might know Agan Mator had his arena recently, and unfortunately it crashed Lichess because of all the interest in that tournament. I think there were like 15 to 20,000 players, and a lot of people were kind of, lamenting the fact that Lichess' servers can't handle it. But I look at that as a win because it's going to strengthen the community. It just means there's so much interest in this site that it's just going to be better and better going forward. And the developers, Tebow, they're going to figure it out. So, yeah, thanks again, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your